Should we forgive the ones that have hurt us so deeply? Usually family members, sometimes partners, whoever it is. Should we forgive them? I tell you when you shouldn't forgive them. You should not forgive anyone or anything before you fully acknowledge yourself, before you fully acknowledge what you've been through, before you have that compassion for yourself. You will not be ready to forgive anyone until you have compassion for yourself. Now, if you've been through something tragic and that person that's caused that tragedy has hurt you so deeply is still in your life and you're going, you're trying to look at it from their point of view. They did the best they could. They were a single parent, all these different things. All you are doing is not acknowledging your own suffering again. And in the case of, say, it's a narcissist, they've probably never acknowledged you in your whole life. So the dynamic of listening to this advice, like you need to forgive, forget, move on, what's done is done, they did the best they could, blah, blah, blah. You're just not acknowledging yourself, and you will just carry that shit with you for the foreseeable until you deal with it. So I don't think you should forgive and forget until you've done the work on yourself, till you've accepted what you've been through, accepted the truth of what you've been through. For example, I went to my mum, calm, collected, understanding what that woman has caused me. She's fundamentally, psychologically destroyed me from, a young age, right? And I'm not there to point fingers. I'm not there to say, I blame you. You did this. It's not about her. I just needed to speak my truth. I said, what I've been through with you when I lived at home for 8 years, didn't leave the house, and everything you kind of said to me, and that whole situation really hurt me. I want to move past it. I want a relationship. I want to move on. But this is my truth, Mum. I've been through what I've been through. And a big part of it is because of how much I'm hurt. And she said, do not hurt me more than you already have. You exaggerate. I've got mild depression when she's got really bad schizophrenia. And she just put it all on me, gaslit me, made me feel like everything I've been through, actually have I been through it? And she turned it all back on me. It's my problem. Why should I have that person in my life and forgive and forget she's been through it hard herself, blah, 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 when she's not even acknowledged me since a child? And this is where self-help and healing goes wrong. I need that woman away from me. I need to put myself first. I need to acknowledge the truth of the situation. I need to acknowledge my feelings about what it's done to me. And the outcomes of that, of chronic illness, addictions, all these things, all rooted in what this woman's relationship has been with me like, what it was like. So no, when she was in front of me saying that, why should I go, she did the best she could, she's got it hard herself. She's not acknowledged me my whole life. I'm not going to then not acknowledge myself in that process. Now, if we can get to a place where we go through the healing, we accept what we've been through, we see it for what it is. We have a narcissistic parent that's mentally abused us, or we've been sexually abused, or whatever we've been through. If we can finally go through that pain, having compassion for ourselves, and actually think, considering what I've been through, actually I've done all right. I'm still here. I'm still fighting for something better. And actually have that love for ourselves. Then the need to forgive that person kind of just fades away anyway. I don't even think about it. I don't even think about it anymore because I've accepted it in myself. I've had compassion for myself. I've had love for myself. And it's only when I've done all that with myself that I can go, she must have had a rotten childhood. To have such a severe mental illness, to be such a severe narcissist, she must have had a terrible childhood. She must have not been acknowledged. She must have had terrible times and all these different things. And I can have compassion for that. I can. And I don't even resent her anymore. I have moments where it will come up and go, God, I can't believe that happened to me. But I feel like a big part of healing is not judging how we feel. Not judging what comes up. If you feel angry, not going, oh, I shouldn't be angry, I just need to forgive and forget. I've already been through this. Anytime we reject feelings in ourselves, anytime we reject emotions that come up in ourselves, I feel like it causes issues. And it means we get stuck again. We get hurt again. And all these different things can happen. So there are times where I might get a feeling in the future where my son grows up to a certain age and I remember back to when I was that age and the dynamic I had, and I'll go, fucking hell, like, why couldn't she just get it together? Why couldn't she just love me unconditionally? And I'm going to allow it. I'm not going to stick to some mantra to say, I forgive her. That's it now. I'm holier than now. I forgive everyone. I feel like to reject an emotion that comes up will just cause me harm. I fully validate everything I've been through. I fully validate any emotion that wants to arise in me, and I'm not going to reject it. If I want to feel angry about her in the future, I'm going to allow myself. And this has been my healing journey. This is what healed me and given me more peace than anything I've ever done. So it's something to consider. I feel like forgiveness will come once you do your own healing. Once you do your own self-compassion and acceptance and see your situation for what it is and allow yourself to experience those emotions and comfort yourself in those emotions. When you do that, forgiveness doesn't really have to be a choice, but don't kind of stick to this rigid idea that, oh, it's done now, I'm healed, I forgive everyone, that's done. Because you risk anything approaching in the future, a feeling that wants to come up. If you reject that and say, I've already done this is over, that just causes a conflict in you. Self-acceptance, self-love, having unconditional love for yourself, that's where the healing is. And don't reject any feeling you have inside. You have every right to be angry, you have every right to be sad, you have every right to be frustrated, you have every right to be anxious if you grow up in whatever situation you grow up. You have every right to have every feeling you have inside yourself now. And that's a big breakthrough. And everyone I'm speaking to that will allow me to go deep with them has this level of rejection in themselves over their own emotions, judging, being frustrated at themselves, all these different things. And it's fascinating to watch. And it's all because they weren't, during their childhood, they weren't allowed to express themselves. They had traumas, all these different things, and it shaped them. And they carry it with them. And this is what I'm so fascinated about. This is my passion in life, is getting into the nitty-gritty depths of healing, emotional healing, to let people pass through it. And it's not nice, it's not comfortable, but it's necessary if you want a better life, you want a better feeling inside. Yeah, I love it. I really love it. When I first started this channel, I was like, yeah, we've got to focus on diet, we've got to focus on sleep, and they're all very important things. And I would think about going to be a nutritionist, and I'd go to think about doing all these different things. And it never really sat with me. I never really was that passionate about it. When it came to the diet, I was like, just eat whole foods. Whatever you choose to do, just eat whole foods as much as you can. Or when it came to sleep, don't watch screens before bed, But the psychology of getting into the heart of us as human beings, getting into the traumas we hold, is fascinating to me. Yeah, I hope that covers it, everyone. I hope you get something from this, and thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you.